best dance move. Okay. And Ishi's not very entertained by this? Okay.
Cheers! Cheers, cheers! We're drinking tea. Anyway, hi guys! Hello. I'm here with Andrea. She's one of my best friends. Hello. So anyway, I thought we could do a little exchange experience chit chat. Talk about how our experiences were, because we both went on exchange last semester. Yeah, why are you giggling? I'm not used to this. It'll be like it'll be super chill, a little reflection, and then we'll probably do a second part to this video where we'll actually do some tips and tricks and advice on how to apply and everything for the actual process. But today it's just gonna be a little bit of, yeah, our experiences. So, Andrea, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Andrea. I'm studying history at U of T. Oh, I'm in my 4th year. I'm about to graduate. It's my last semester. I went on exchange in Edinburgh.
Okay. Those who don't know me, I'm Vivian. I'm also in my 4th year studying life sciences, and I went to Singapore for my exchange. So very different experiences. So yeah, okay, tell me a bit about your actual exchange. Like, where'd you go? When were you there?
Interviewed. So I went to Edinburgh, Scotland. I was there a year ago now, so January to May. I took classes at the University of Edinburgh. I traveled a little bit in Europe.
Did you stay on
Oh, I stayed on res, yeah.
Okay. How did the res systems work at Edinburgh?
So before we got there, we were like, so first you get your acceptance, and then they send you a little form where you can rank the residences that they have available. So Edinburgh's guaranteed res if you're going abroad there from U of T. So you rank the residences that you want, and they just give you one of them, and then you just have to be happy with what you get. I luckily got my first choice. But yeah, they're all different. There's a bunch of different residences, and at Edinburgh there's 2 campuses. Mm-hmm. So there's some residences that are closer to the southernmost campus, which is King's College. And those classes are more like STEMmy bio classes. I know a girl that was at a res that was closer to that because she's doing bio. Mm-hmm. And most of her classes were there. And there's some that have meal plans included as well. Mine did not, so it was like a cook for yourself, grocery shop, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I knew people that stayed at the catered one as well, so they had like a dining hall. The one I was in was also like super old, and I was on the top floor with no elevator, and it wasn't super social. Like I hung out with the people in my suite, like in my apartment. Mm-hmm. But not with anyone outside because we didn't have any common spaces. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I know people who are in more modern ones, and like the prices also vary. They vary like thousands of pounds. So the catered one is the most expensive, and I think it was like £8,000 or something for the semester, mm-hmm. and mine was like 2,000. Oh, wow. So it's like a huge difference.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's just like depends on what you want, what vibe you want. Because I also like know some people like the more modern vibe. I don't care. Mm-hmm. So I wanted the best location. So the one I picked is right in the middle of the city. Mm-hmm. But it's technically like a little worse. Like not as nice.
How was your like cooking for yourself situation? Like was that fine?
It was fine. The only thing is my apartment, the one that we got, the kitchen had no windows and no like ventilation, and we weren't allowed to open the door to the kitchen. Because there was there was an alarm that would go off if you left the door open for more than like 15 seconds, so you couldn't prop the door open to like let it air out. But it also didn't have ventilation. It also did not have a window, so it would get super hot if you were cooking in there for a long time. That's the only thing.
So how much did you like actually cook, or did you eat out?
Like a good amount, yeah.
Really? So
yeah,
like,
a good amount. But like it would be funny because I'd be like in my room and I would hear that someone was cooking in the kitchen, and every once in a while I'd just hear them like come out and just open the door and be like, because like it's hot in there.
Breathe.
Yeah, to breathe and to like cool down because you'd be like sweaty. And we'd open the windows in the rest of the apartment to try to like even it out, but then like the kitchen's super hot and the rest of the apartment's super cold because it's Scotland. So then it's just, yeah. Anyway.
Did your apartment end up like smelling then? Like food all the time? Because you couldn't air out the smoke?
Sometimes. It was mostly the kitchen though, because we couldn't leave the door open. We couldn't leave the kitchen door open. So we mostly just stayed in the kitchen.
Do you want to tell them what your like room setup was like? Like your suite? Like what was it like?
We had 3 rooms, a bathroom, and kitchen. I have pictures of it, I think. Let me show you what the kitchen looked like, actually, since I'm talking about it.
So it was actually like your own little apartment?
Yeah, it was an apartment.
Okay.
And we had units on the same floor, and we were, we were on the 6th floor.
So did you ever like meet your, I guess, neighbors?
So a girl from U of T lived in the same res as me, but she was a few floors down.
Okay.
So I saw her apartment, and her apartment had, I think I had 4 rooms or 5 rooms. Mine only had 3.
Oh, okay.
Hers had 4 or 5 rooms, and her kitchen had a little living room space as well, and a window.
Seems like that was a little bit of a problem.
No, because she had like a little like living room connected to the kitchen. It was all open.
Okay.
And like a window, and then she had like 4 roommates or something. Ours was just closed off kitchen, our 3 rooms, a little hallway, and a little bathroom, and that was it.
There was no shared space?
No. There's no living room or anything.
Okay.
My room kind of became the shared space. Like we just hang out in my room because
your room was really big, though. I remember.
Yeah, because my room was big, and it had good lighting and stuff.
Did you get to choose how many roommates, or like
No,
it was all random?
Yeah, you don't even fill out like I know at U of T. I think I don't remember. I think you
fill
do.
out a preference.
You fill out and you fill out a like. I usually go to sleep early. I usually go to sleep late. I am more social. I'm less social. Whatever.
None of that.
None of that. You literally rank the ones that you like based on like what you can find online about them, and that's it. And they give you one. So like this girl that I know that went had like 12 roommates. Like she had like a suite that was more dorm style, I guess.
Okay.
And it was way bigger. Ours were like actual apartments.
But everyone had their own like rooms,
yeah.
Right? Okay. Did you get to choose like which room out of the suite, or was that assigned to?
It was assigned.
So you just got lucky and you got the big room.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much. Okay, well this was my bed area.
Your room was so cute.
The bed was there already when I moved in. I'm like
influencer.
I don't know how to make it.
I'll insert a photo here if I can.
Well, I'm trying to find the kitchen.
I mean, I guess I had a very different experience. So first of all, I didn't have guaranteed res, so it was kind of a whole like nightmare until I got res in January, where I'm like, oh, am I actually going? Because if I didn't have res, I'd have to find like my own apartment and all that, and I was like, I just didn't want to go through that process. So I didn't know if I was actually going until maybe like a couple weeks before I was going. And then I did luckily get assigned to residence, so they also had 2 campuses. Everything was super convenient though, because they have free campus buses that take you around everywhere.
Edinburgh has that for the one that's far away.
Yeah, so it's very, very convenient that the bus comes every like 5 minutes. And yeah, so my residence building, so I had a very traditional like dorm style like living. Some people got to rank their college preferences. I did not, so I just got one option and I had to click
college
that.
residence.
Yeah, so you're like residence, because every residence is like linked to something. Like there were some that were like super sports heavy, some that were like for all the like academic kids, like because they all have their like residence related programs. Yeah, I had no choice. I was put in that.
she's a scholar.
I'm a scholar, but it was yeah, like you just didn't get to choose. Well, I didn't get to choose. It's fine. It was never in frame anyway. Yeah, so I didn't get to choose the residence, but each residence, like for the students that actually go to that school, you have to participate in a lot of things. Like apparently it's very, very competitive and hard to get into residence. So it's like an achievement. Like you need to have like high academic standing and like be either really good at sports for the sports residence, or like be very involved in like leadership and academics in the academic residences. So yeah, and then you got to rank a preference whether you wanted like a hallway room, which is like just a typical dorm, like it's just in the hallway, you have your own dorm room, or you get a suite room. Except the suite room just felt like a hallway room because it was essentially one long hallway where each end of the hallway had an additional door that made it a suite. So the suite got their own like bathroom and like living space, but we never closed the door of the suite, so it was just one hallway. But I know it depends on the floor. Like some people had like a lot more community and the suites were like besties, so they would like close the doors and it would be more like a suite and they would use the space and whatever. For us, I like saw someone in our suite use the public space like once, and I still don't know the names of my suite mates. I like never properly met them, so yeah, it didn't feel like I was in a suite. But the good thing is we had our own like bathroom. I mean, it just felt like it was a designated bathroom, but it was like a little bit smaller and less people were using it, which I liked.
That's another thing at the Edinburgh one. The one that my friend Christina was in, the one that I was talking about where you have like 15 roommates. It's a lot of people. They also had ensuite bathrooms.
Oh,
so they
wouldn't
for every single room.
Oh,
so that's another
nice.
reason why they like wanted that one, because like I had to share my bathroom. My bathroom was so small. My shower was so small that you have to shower like this. Like I couldn't like move further than that.
That's crazy. But I mean, you're paying
but I'm paying way less, and I'm in the middle. Like it just depends what's important to you. I was in Nicholson residence, by the way.
Oh yeah, I guess I was in residential college 4. And I also had a meal plan, so I think I'm not sure about this, but almost all of the residence buildings had meal plans. You just had to buy one. Honestly, at first I was like, oh, it's great, like the food is good, there's like multiple stations of like different like cultures of food that you can try, but after like a month I was like, oh my god, this horrible dorm food, like get me out of here. So I feel like it's a very typical just like dorm food experience, like not necessarily that the food was bad, it was more so just you're sick of eating the same dorm food every day kind of a thing. Oh, I guess because Singapore is also really hot, so not all the residences have AC, and luckily mine did. So in the rooms you do, but it's pay by use. But I would not have survived without that, and I actually got really lucky. I think they messed up and didn't wipe the previous person's like money on my account, so I had like over $100 on the account, so it lasted me until like pretty much like 2 weeks before I was leaving.
$100 lasted that long?
No, like a couple hundred. They probably had a couple hundred. Yeah. So the last 2 weeks I was like, I refuse to pay, like whatever, and I was suffering in the heat and I was like, I literally couldn't do it. I couldn't fall asleep, so I would put in like $10 to like last me for like an hour to like cool down and like whatever, and I'd do the whole thing like I'm trying to trap the AC in the room, like have a fan blowing and all that. But yeah, that was my living experience.
Cool. How did you find the quality of the residences?
It was, I mean, it felt like a dorm room. It felt like a residence building. It's compared to U of T, at least, like the buildings are like high-rise buildings, so there's like 20 something floors, and then there's like a lot of public spaces and whatever. But I mean, inside the room it's pretty standard dorm room. Like you have a twin size bed, you have a desk, a closet, and that's pretty much it. Like yeah, I mean it was very like typical dorm room experience, I think, for me. Yours was a lot more, I feel like yours was a little bit more different, right?
A little bit. It was very much an apartment. Like that's what it was. It was above a like stationery store. So the camera overheated, but we're back. So I don't know, where did it come off? I was just talking about my residence. Okay, it was a very normal residence. No, it wasn't. It was an apartment. It was an apartment. It looked like an apartment. I got there with my huge like suitcases, and it was Scotland. It's old. There's a bunch of cobblestone streets. And I had just been traveling like 12 hours by myself. And I'm like lugging my suitcases, and I'm like, when you first get there, you have to pick up your keys. It's like a physical key because it's an old building. Mm-hmm. And you have to pick it up from Pollock, which is like 20-minute walk like out of the middle of the city. And I have my big suitcases, and I'm like, it's fine. I stayed in a hotel right next to my residence, which was an accident. Like, we didn't realize it was booked right next to it, but it was like one block over.
That's good.
And I was like, oh, perfect. I can just drop my suitcases off at the res and then go get my keys, so I don't have to lug it through the mud and the hills and the cobblestone streets. I get there, and the building was, like, the residence was a door. Like, you know how, like, you're walking on a street and you see a door that just says, like, 5? That was my residence. And I got there and I was like, I was like, wait a minute. There's no lobby for this. Like, there's no one at the front. There's no lobby. There's no common space. There's no nothing. Like, it was literally a door. You walk in and there's stairs. And then you go up to your place. That's it.
So it's fully just an apartment.
It's fully just an apartment.
Okay.
I think that's all it is. And it does not look like university housing at all. It literally was a door with a 5 on it right next to a stationery shop. And I was like, oh, cool.
What were you thinking at the moment?
I was scared. I was like, maybe I have this wrong.
Oh my god. Let's see.
It's very cloudy and cold here, which I knew would happen. I'm kind of just overwhelmed right now, but it's pretty and it's cool. And it's crazy that this is like a capital city because it's very small and kind of calm and like not very loud. There's a mountain up there. I'm currently trekking because they didn't have my keys. They don't have my keys at my actual residence, which is annoying. So I have to trek to like the really far away one to get my keys and then come all the way back. But thankfully, my hotel let me leave my bags there because this would have been literally so bad without, or with my bags. Camera overheated again. We're back.
Part 3, we're back.
So I was saying the housing services were right around the corner, so I knocked on their door and I was like, hey, I'm an exchange student. I need to go pick up my keys, but I have these heavy ass suitcases. Can I leave them in your office? Because I'm in Nicholson. And they like know what that is. And they're like, oh, this is this building, whatever. And I was like, I don't think there's a lobby. And they were like, no, there's no reception for that building. But then they said, no, like if we let you do that, you'd have to let everyone who asked leave their luggage here. And we just can't have a bunch of luggage here. And I was like, oh. I was like, I just traveled so far. And I'm gonna have to lug this shit through the mud. Are you kidding me?
Wait, was your res all exchange students, or were they?
No.
So it's all Edinburgh students?
No. Oh. It was a mixture. All of them were a mixture. My apartment is the only one I know of where the entire thing was exchange students. The 3 of us were 3rd-year Americans on exchange, which was really random.
Yeah. Worked out well though.
Yeah. The other 3 girls from U of T that also went with me, all 3 of them got placed with Edinburgh Uni students. And because at Edinburgh res is usually only 1st year, they were placed with all 1st years. So I was the only one that was living with people our age.
Okay.
Which I liked. But yeah, and then I trekked and I got my keys. Alright, keys have been obtained. University of Edinburgh. I'm worried about finding the entrance to my res because it was not very clearly labeled. So we're gonna see if I can find it. That's the next goal. And then we pick up suitcases from the hotel, take it to the res, and then get settled in, and I'll show you my room. Yeah, and then I got in the building and I unlocked the door. I go up to the door, still not sure it's the right door because again, it was literally just a black door with a 5 on it. It had no University of Edinburgh writing, nothing. And I just kept checking my email being like, it says 5 Nicholson Street. This is Nicholson Street, and that's the number 5, so I guess this is it. And I grabbed my key, and I, like, put it in. I was like, oh, thank God, it opens it. And I opened it, and I went in, and it's just a hallway. It's just a dark hallway with stairs at the end of it. And I was like, where am I? Like, why did I do this to myself? And I'm looking for an elevator, because after walking 40 minutes to get my keys, I don't want to lug my heavy-ass suitcases up 6 flights of stairs. There's no elevator because it's Scotland. So then I lug my suitcases up. As I'm lugging my suitcases up is actually when I met my first roommate. I met Meryl as we were both huffing and puffing, lugging our suitcases up the stairs, being like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can cuss. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I'll make sure the video is set for not for children.
Yeah, like, I heard her down the stairs. I was, like, at the top. I brought up my first suitcase first, because if I brought up both, I just wouldn't have been able to. Also, I was completely by myself. My parents did not come with me, FYI. I stayed in the hotel with another U of T girl that came with me. Anyway, I heard her speaking down the stairs, being like, yeah, I'm from Washington, like, I go to UW, blah, 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 and I'm like, that's an exchange student. So I, like, walk down, and I'm like, she sounds really nice. So I walk down, I'm like, hey, what's your name? What, like, apartment are you in? And she says, oh, I think I'm in, like, 5, I already forgot what our unit was, 5C or something. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, that's my roommate. That's my roommate. Oh my God. I was like, I have an exchange student who seems really nice. Yes. Yay. So she's lugging her shit up. Also by herself, because she also came by herself. Well, she came with a UW girl, but basically by herself. I get my stuff up. Oh, and before that, I'm really bad at telling stories. Before I lugged all my stuff up, so I was like, I'm gonna make sure I know how to get to my apartment before I lug all my suitcases. So I went to the apartment first to find my room and find my apartment and whatever without my suitcases. Go up, I'm in there. I take a clip of me, like, showing the room. And I have not yet I don't think I brought up my suitcases yet in that clip. Because I was gonna go back to the hotel, get them, and then bring them up once I knew where everything was. Anyway. Okay, I made it. Bro, there's no window in the kitchen or in the hallway. This is my only window. The sink reminds me of the sink in Saltburn. Hopefully it doesn't become the sink in Saltburn. This is my comforter and stuff. I don't think anyone's here. The hallway was completely dark, so I guess I might be the first one here. This. Okay, okay, I guess I have to take that out and, like, put it where I want it. My desk, my lamp, it's not plugged in. Let me see if I can plug it in. I'm so confused by all of this. What is happening? Where is that the only? Oh no, there's right by the bed. This is cute that it's like that. That's cute. Okay, wait, is there an outlet near here? No. Does not look like it. Okay, so I'll plug this in over here, I guess. Look at the thing. And you can turn on the... Wow, look at that. I have a lamp. This is the view I got. Cute, cute. There's a Scottish flag right there in that window. Street. I don't know if I'm giving away my location right now, because to me this does not tell me anything, but cool. I'm really overwhelmed and kind of scared, but it's fine. I'm in the room and I'm, like, filming myself, and then I end it, and right when I end it, I heard the door open, I heard someone come in, and I hear a man.
Oh, man.
A man's voice. I hear a man's voice, and I'm like, God damn it, I got replaced with a man. So I know one of my roommates is a guy at this point, and I hear him, like, on the phone. And I hear him on the phone going, like, yeah, I don't know where my luggage is. And I'm like, And he's like, yeah, I got lost at Heathrow. Like, I assume he's on the phone with his parents. And he's like, yeah, my luggage is lost at Heathrow. I'm currently talking to them. Like, I don't know where it is, though. I don't know when I'm gonna get it, blah, blah. And I'm like, sucks for him. And then I met Meryl after that. So I was especially happy because I was like, my third roommate is now
so you
also
actually
a man.
met Patrick first.
I didn't meet him. I just heard. Like, he was I hid in my room because it was a man. And I was like, ew. And
that's very ironic.
And then I met Meryl, and I was extra happy because she was a girl. And I was like, okay, my other roommate is a girl and also an exchange and seems really nice. So that's amazing. I'm not stuck with like two men. Yeah, and then we both came up together, and then Meryl and I together met Patrick. We ran into him in the hallway because he heard us, and he came out. And he looked horrified, very scared. He,
I mean, I feel like if I were a man living with two women, I'd also be like...
Yeah, he's also never lived with girls, doesn't have sisters.
Yeah.
So he was probably like... But yeah, that was my first day. That was meeting my roommates, and we went to IKEA.
Aww. I had a very different first day experience. So I also had been traveling for a full day at this point because I also had a layover and Singapore's far. And then for me, I was like, everything was go, 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 go. I like flew for the whole day, got to the airport, like finally got to Singapore. I'm like, wow, this airport's really cool. Okay, bye. And then I was like, okay, I need...
Oh, Singapore
airport, yeah. And then I was like, I need a SIM card because I need to Uber myself to the college, and I don't want to get lost and die with no SIM card. Lo and behold, I got scammed. I got hardcore scammed at the airport. So I bought a SIM card. It worked for like a day, and then it was like, we're out. And I paid like $60 for it. In reality, like you can get SIM cards for way more gigabytes for like $10, right? I find that out like 2 weeks later. But I paid like $50 for the SIM card that worked for a day. Whatever, it got me there, so I like Ubered myself to, or they call it Grab. So I grabbed myself to my residence. Yeah, and luckily the like little sign-in grab your key area is very close to my building. So I got dropped off at the sign-in building, grabbed my keys. Everyone there was really nice, and they're like, oh, there's another Canadian guy right here. But he was like not very nice. Like, he was not very nice. So I was like, okay, cool, hi, bye, whatever, grabbed my keys, lugged my suitcases all the way to...
So when I saw it, the sign-in thing was also not very nice. It wasn't a good, like, start, but...
It really wasn't.
It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, but I mean, I grabbed my suitcases, and then, so my building, like, it was clearly a, like, residence building, like, it was a big apartment building, it had, like, RC4 on it. So I go up to my room, and at this point, the whole campus is, like, deserted, because I moved in, like, a week before everyone else, because our exchange orientation events happened, like, a week before, and I had already missed the first event, because I was like, I'm not leaving, like, 10 days before, right? So I got there a week before everyone else did, so it was, like, deserted. I was like, I felt like I was the only one on campus, and it's a huge campus, right? So I move all my stuff up, and then I'm, like, get settled in my room, and I don't take a second to breathe. I, like, drop my stuff down and immediately go out, because I'm like, I need hangers, I need like a laundry basket, I need like body wash to shower, whatever.
You're braver than me. I don't think I would have left the house if my roommates hadn't been like, we're going to IKEA and you're coming.
Oh bro, I was like, I need to shower, I like before sundown, like it's already like afternoon. So I stormed out, and it was like so hot, right? Like we come from Vancouver, Toronto, whatever. I'm in Singapore, it's like
Toronto.
So we come from North America, and it was like 35 degrees, and I'm like sweating my ass off. I'm huffing and puffing, walking around campus that's like deserted, and I'm like grabbing all these things. I luckily found this like little like convenience store that's on campus. I grab all the things I need, come back, unpack everything. I like put my sheets out, I do all my like whatever, and then it's like nighttime, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shower, and then the next day I have events. But, and then there's a little moment where I like get to my place, and maybe I'll insert a little bit there. So I am aware that I currently look absolutely disgusting. Like it's been a long day, but I thought that would fit with the theme of this vlog, being realistic, and I'm documenting my very first day here in Singapore, especially at Pennywise. So to catch you guys up, the last time I saw you guys was Saturday, and Sunday was a whole train wreck. I woke up, I had a good morning, I went to my lash appointment, worst lash appointment of my life. Like, I swear to God, that person was not licensed. Like, my lashes look worse than they did before my appointment. Like, I feel like not only did nothing, but it looked worse. Like, I swear to God, she like pulled at my lashes. Like, it was horrible, whatever. I came home, had the most horrible like student union disaster. We had an emergency meeting for 2 hours, and then I got last minute dumped with a bunch of work to do, even though I was leaving that night. So I ended up doing that, picking my courses for NUS, and then packing, and then I had a freak out because none of my stuff would fit, and I was not ready for it to not to fit because I didn't have time because of the stupid student union stuff. So whatever, I cram packed. I didn't do any of the prep stuff I wanted to do, or if I did, I did it really rushed, but whatever, we made it fine. We made it to the airport, everything was fine, check-in was good, the flight was fantastic. I had a really good flight, 14 hours to Hong Kong, and then I had a layover in Hong Kong, and then another 3 hours to Singapore, and then I made it. And then I got myself to the college, I checked in, got into my room, I put sheets on my bed, and then I left again to walk around the U-Town area where my residence is, and then I did a little bit of shopping there for essentials. So I got hangers, tape, batteries, body wash, stuff like that. So yeah, currently my room is an absolute disaster. I'm a disaster. It's like 5 p.m. and I'm ready to go to bed. Like, the jet lag is hitting. There's no one here on my floor because I chose to move in early because I wanted to go to the exchange orientation events, but the entire building is like practically empty. Wi-Fi's not working, my ID's not working, but you know, I'm still really excited. Everything's kind of crazy, it's kind of a mess, but you know, I'm so sweaty and disgusting because I went around and carried so much stuff around, and I'm not prepared for this heat. Me as a Canadian, I was so sweaty coming back. I'm feeling like drying off, but like, I'm sure I look disgusting, but it's okay. I want to be real with you guys. I want to document the true experience. Check-in was really smooth. Everyone I've managed to run into has been super nice. I saw a rooster on the street, which is crazy. The room itself is nice. It's a little weird being here completely alone in a foreign country, but yeah, I'm gonna spend the next maybe hour or so unpacking, and then I desperately need a shower, and then I might just call it an early night, prepare for some orientation events tomorrow. I'm really hoping that I get to actually meet some people tomorrow. I mean, honestly, this video diary is kind of just for me as well, but I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know anyone here. Literally don't know anyone, and I really hope I make some friends. I really want to go travel anyway. The cost not too bad. I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to navigate myself as well because I have no navigation abilities, and I'm gonna have to bus to school every day. So that's gonna be a journey to figure out. But for now, I'm very thankful for this experience. I'm scared. I'm really nervous. I'm really tired, and yeah. Hi guys, welcome back for the 5th time. My camera is just not built for this, but anyway, what was I saying? I think my first day.
You're moving in stuff.
Yeah, I was moving in.
And then
yeah,
you were getting stuff.
I was anxious and overwhelmed, but basically I was very stressed. I was alone, and no one was in the building, so I was like, oh my god, why am I here? What am I doing? But yeah, that was my first day experience.
Hi guys, so right now it is Tuesday again, which means from the last video clip you saw of this vlog, it's officially been 1 whole week that I've been in Singapore, and I just watched over the last clip, and I thought I would come back on to this video and finish it off and kind of give my first week thoughts. So the last clip I filmed, clearly I was a little bit anxious and nervous and kind of was like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Like, how is this all gonna be? A little bit overwhelmed. And I would say that immediately the next day I went out and we had some orientation events, and I managed to meet some people, talk to a bunch of people, and I just immediately felt so much better and happier, and all of those worries and everything kind of went away with that, knowing that there are a lot of and we're all kind of in this together. In terms of heat, temperature-wise, I feel like I'm slowly starting to adjust to it, but it might also just be that the past couple of days have been a little bit cooler. My room is mostly set up now. I still have some decorations and things to get, but in general, everything's set up. I started classes yesterday, which were kind of interesting. I haven't really had, I would say, like a full normal week of school yet, so I don't want to comment too soon. But yeah, in general, a week in, I'm actually very, very happy with my choice. I'm really glad I came here, and I think I'm starting to find a rhythm, starting to find people, and yeah. I thought that the last video clip was a little bit negative, so I wanted to come on here and make sure to end this video on a positive note, because I definitely am in a much better mood now. Everything is going quite smoothly, and yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm excited to continue meeting more people and to see where this trip brings me. So yeah, thank you for watching.